The stars were peaceful, or so it seemed, for many years. Earth had avoided the chaos of the wider galaxy. While aliens formed alliances and powerful empires, humans stayed quiet. They watched, learned, and waited. But one day, everything changed. A massive alien ship entered Earth's orbit. It was not a warship, but it was large. Shining with golden panels and glowing lights, it carried the symbol of the Galactic Council, the most powerful group in the galaxy. The ship sent a message to every human leader on Earth. It came in every language, loud and clear. You are now under the eye of the Galactic Council. To join this great union, Earth must pay tribute. You will send your finest resources, your best technology, and 1 million workers. Refusal will be seen as defiance. The Council does not tolerate disobedience. People all over Earth were shocked. Some were afraid. Others were angry. News channels played the message again and again. Debates started. Protests grew. But inside the secret halls of Earth's Defense Command, a very different response was forming. In a hidden bunker under Antarctica, the World Council made of top leaders, scientists, and generals met to decide Earth's answer. The room was quiet as the last replay of the alien message ended. President Ayla Monroe, leader of the United Earth government, looked at her team. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp. "We've waited for this moment," she said. "We always knew they'd come." General Ethan Reyes, head of Earth's defense fleet, nodded. "Yes, ma'am. And we've prepared. For over 40 years, we've been building." Many didn't know the truth. Earth had not just watched the galaxy, it had planned. Secret shipyards had been built inside hollow asteroids and under the ice of Europa. While the Council saw humans as simple and slow, humanity was quietly becoming something powerful. Dr. Li Wen, chief of advanced research, tapped the screen. It showed a massive structure hidden behind Neptune. It was dark and silent, but not lifeless. "This," she said, "is Project Shieldfire, our hidden answer to the Council's arrogance." The screen lit up with images of gigantic ships, each one bigger than a skyscraper. Shaped like hammers, eagles, and blades, they had thick armor, advanced shields, and weapons powered by fusion cores. Built in silence, built for defense, built for war. President Monroe stood. Her voice was firm. "They want tribute. They want our people to kneel. No, Earth will not be bullied." General Reyes smiled. "So what's our answer?" She looked at him and replied, "Wake the giants across the solar system, silent." Stations came to life. Old engineers returned to hidden bases. AI systems ran checks. Drones flew across long tunnels to repair giant engines in orbit around Saturn. A ship called Titan's Wrath opened its eyes for the first time. Its systems blinked green. Cannons moved into place. Its voice echoed in the control room, awakening complete, awaiting orders. Other ships followed: Starhammer, Midnight Lance, Echo of Earth, and Judgment Sky. 5 warships, each a city-sized fortress, and they were only the first wave. Back on Earth, people still watched the skies. The alien ship floated above like a warning, but the people didn't feel weak anymore. Word spread fast, rumors about warships, rumors about Earth's secret strength. Young people volunteered to join defense teams. Scientists offered help. Factories switched to full production mode. The Earth was uniting. 3 days later, the alien messenger returned to the world's leaders. Its hologram stood tall, with blue skin and glowing eyes. As Earth decided to pay tribute, it asked coldly. President Monroe stepped forward. She wore a simple suit, but her voice carried power. "Earth's answer is clear," she said. "We will not pay. We will not kneel. If the Galactic Council wants war." She pressed a button. Behind the alien, space lit up. 5 massive warships entered high orbit. They moved like shadows of giants. Lights blinked, cannons turned. One ship, the Starhammer, opened its hangar, showing hundreds of fighter drones inside. The alien messenger paused. For the first time, it looked unsure. President Monroe spoke again, calmly. "If the Council wants war, then Earth will defend itself. Not with fear, not with surrender, but with fire." The signal ended. The alien ship turned and fled back into deep space. The alien messenger had left Earth's orbit. The people watched it go in silence. But deep inside, their fear had turned into pride. Earth had said no. And now, the whole galaxy would learn why. In secret places far from Earth, humanity's greatest project had begun to wake. On the dark side of the moon, old hangars opened. Inside them were fighters, drones, and strange machines with blinking lights. They had been sleeping for years, built in quiet. Now, they were coming alive. Commander Ethan Reyes stood on the bridge of the warship Titan's Wrath. He looked out at the stars through the thick glass window. His ship was now fully powered. The engines hummed. The weapons were ready. All systems green. His second officer said, "We're ready for launch, Commander." Ethan gave a nod. "Good. Wake the rest." Across the solar system, 5 giant warships powered up. They were part of Project Shieldfire, the secret defense plan Earth had hidden from the galaxy for decades. While the Galactic Council watched the skies above Earth, they never looked deeper. They never saw what was hiding in the shadows. Each warship was different. Starhammer had plasma cannons that could melt metal from 1,000 kilometers away. Echo of Earth could cloak and vanish from enemy scanners. Midnight Lance was built for speed, with engines that could outrun anything the Council had. Judgment Sky was a carrier, holding hundreds of fighter drones, and Titan's Wrath, the biggest of them all, was a floating fortress. These ships were not for attack, they were for defense. But they were strong enough to change any battle. Back on Earth, people started to feel something they had not felt before: hope. Factories across the planet worked day and night. Engineers checked every bolt, every wire. Scientists tested shields, weapons, and AI systems. Pilots trained in simulators. Farmers sent food to spaceports. Everyone was helping in their own way. Even the old countries, once divided, were now united. The flag of Earth, blue and white, with a star at the center, flew above every city. In orbit above Mars, young pilot Lena Torres stepped into her fighter. Her ship was small, fast, and deadly. It had been hidden in a base under the Martian soil for years. Now it was ready. Lena Torres, Flight Unit 17, ready for patrol, she said. The voice in her earpiece replied, "Welcome to the sky, pilot. The stars are yours." She smiled and launched into space. In the hidden control center beneath the ice of Europa, Dr. Lewin watched screens showing ship movements and energy levels. She turned to President Monroe, who had come to check the progress. "We've activated 63% of the fleet," Dr. Wynn said. "The rest will be online within a week." Monroe nodded. Her face looked tired, but her voice was strong. "We don't know when they'll return, but we must be ready." "They won't expect this," Dr. Wynn said. "They think humans are weak, then they're about to learn the truth." At the edge of the solar system, a small alien scout ship drifted silently. It belonged to the Galactic Council. It had returned to study Earth again, to report back. But this time, it saw something different. 5 human warships in formation. Hundreds of drones moving like a metal swarm. And the biggest surprise, Earth had built a wormhole gate near Neptune. This meant humans could now jump across space just like the Council ships, fast, silent, deadly. The scouts sent a signal. Before it could finish, a human drone flew close and shut it down. No destruction, just a warning. The Council received the partial message days later. Their leaders sat in a round chamber, made of gold and crystal, floating above the planet Veltar. Dozens of alien species sat together, some with wings, some with tentacles, some glowing like fire. One of them, high-voiced Zurek, hissed, "Earth refused our demand, and now they show power." Another, a glowing alien named Vontel, added, "Their warships are real. Their weapons are advanced. We made a mistake." The leader of the Council, a wise creature called Arenthal, stood and said, "We believed humans were nothing. We saw their small planet and thought them harmless. Now we face the fire we lit." Another alien shouted, "Send the fleet. Crush them before they grow stronger." But Arenthal raised a hand. "No, not yet. We must study them more. But if they refuse us again, there will be war." Back on Earth, The skies were peaceful, but the people were ready. The warships stayed silent, hiding their full power. But they watched, and they waited. Commander Reyes stood on his ship's bridge, looking toward the stars. He knew what was coming. The next time they arrive, he whispered, they'll find a different Earth. Because this time, humanity had warships, and they were no longer afraid. To be continued. The stars were quiet, but the silence did not last long. A week after the alien scout was sent back from Earth's border, the Galactic Council made its move. They no longer saw humans as weak. They saw them as a threat. The Council sent a fleet 300 warships from 5 powerful alien empires. Their ships were sleek, fast, and heavily armed. Their goal was clear: enter the solar system, show force, and crush Earth's resistance before it could spread. The alien armada moved fast, jumping through space using wormhole gates. Within hours, they reached the edge of the solar system. Giant flagships led the way. Smaller attack cruisers followed behind. On board one of the lead ships, Admiral Krisen of the Zarnath Empire watched the hologram of Earth spinning slowly. "This is their home?" he asked. "So small, so green. They really think they can stand against us?" A young officer replied. "They've built warships, Admiral. Big ones." Krisen snorted. "Big means nothing. They're still humans, back near Jupiter, hidden. Behind the planet's largest moon, the human fleet waited." Commander Reyes stood tall on the bridge of Titan's Wrath, his warship ready and armed. "They're coming in fast," his officer said, looking at the scanner. 300 ships. Council markings confirmed. Reyes didn't blink. "Good. Let them come closer." Beside him, Captain Lena Torres, now squad leader, stood in her fighter uniform. She had trained hard. Now, she was ready to fly, ready for launch. "Commander," she said. "Soon," Reyes replied. "Let them make the first move." The alien fleet entered Jupiter's orbit, moving in rows like a giant net. Their weapons pointed forward. Their leaders thought Earth would come begging for peace. But nothing happened. Then, suddenly, the Council ships began to lose contact with each other. One by one, their signals dropped. Confusion spread. "What's happening?" one captain shouted. A reply came from another ship. "Our radar is blind. Something is blocking us." In the darkness behind Jupiter, a shadow moved. Titan's Wrath came into view. Then Starhammer. Then Echo of Earth. One by one, the human warships revealed themselves like sleeping giants rising from the dark. Council ships turned their weapons toward them. But it was too late. "Fire," Reyes said. The first shot came from Starhammer. A glowing plasma beam hit an enemy cruiser and melted it in seconds. The second shot came from Midnight Lance, which raced across space and fired rapid pulses that shattered a flagship's shields. Judgment Sky released a swarm of drones. Hundreds of small machines darted through the alien fleet, cutting engines and blinding sensors. The aliens tried to fight back. Their weapons lit up space with flashes of color. But human warships moved in strange, fast patterns. Their A's predicted enemy shots and dodged them with ease. Lena Torres flew at top speed, her fighter moving like a dart between huge enemy ships. She fired twin lasers and knocked out the drone carriers. Her squad followed, striking fast, then vanishing into the void. Inside the Council fleet, panic began. "They're too fast." One alien screamed, "Our weapons can't lock on. Where are they getting this technology?" Admiral Krisen ordered a retreat. "Pull back. We need more ships." But the human fleet didn't let them go easily. Echo of Earth appeared in front of the retreat path, its cloaking system deactivating just as it fired a wave of EMP blasts. Half the enemy ships stopped moving dead in space. Commander Reyes opened a channel to the Council ships. "This is Earth Defense Fleet," he said. "You came with threats. You thought we would kneel. You were wrong." The alien captains listened in silence. Reyes continued, "We don't want your tribute. We want peace. But if you come again with war, we will show you what humans are truly capable of." Then the channel closed. The Council fleet limped away, damaged and humiliated. Nearly half of their ships were lost or disabled. They had expected a small fight. What they found was a storm. Back on Earth, The news spread fast. Images of the victory were shown everywhere. People cheered in the streets. Families cried with joy. For the first time, the people of Earth felt united as one dot at the United Earth headquarters. President Monroe addressed the world. "We did not ask for this fight," she said, "but we answered it. Let this be a message to the galaxy. Earth stands free, and we will protect our freedom with strength, with courage, and with unity far across the galaxy." Inside the Grand Council Hall, the alien leaders sat in silence. High-voiced Zurek was pale. "Their ships, their tactics, this is not the Earth we knew." Arenthal, the Council's oldest member, closed his eyes. "We pushed them," he said. "Now, we've woken something dangerous. Humans don't just survive. They evolve." He looked around at the other Council members. "This war is far from over. In space near Saturn." Commander Reyes looked at a screen showing the stars. His fleet had returned safely. His soldiers were heroes now, but he knew more would come, and Earth would be ready. To be continued. The defeat near Jupiter shook the Galactic Council, but it did not break their will. Instead, it made them angrier. From their great chambers above Veltar, the Council leaders decided to send their strongest forces. This time, they would bring their elite armada ships from the 5 most powerful alien empires. These ships were faster, bigger, and armed with weapons that could destroy whole cities. But humanity was ready. The warships of Earth were no longer hiding. They moved in the solar system like shadows, quiet, fast, and deadly. Commander Ethan Reyes stood again on the bridge of Titan's Wrath. He watched the stars, thinking about the fight ahead. "We know they will come," he said to his officers, "but we have learned from the last battle. This time, we will not just defend. We will take the fight to them." His voice was calm, but full of strength. On Earth, the people had not stopped preparing. Scientists worked to improve ship defenses. Pilots trained harder. Factories made more drones and weapons. The greatest change was in the new wormhole gates near Neptune and Saturn. With these gates, Earth's fleets could jump across space faster than anyone expected. Using these gates, small squads of ships suddenly appeared near Council planets far beyond the solar system. The Council was surprised and confused. Captain Lena Torres led one of these squads. Her mission was to scout and gather information. But when she found an unguarded Council supply ship, she attacked. "We don't want to destroy everything," Lena said later. "We want to stop their war machines, not their people." Her squad destroyed the ship's engines and communication arrays. Then, just as quickly, they disappeared through the wormhole. In the Council's capital, the leaders were worried. "The humans are attacking our worlds," high-voiced Zurek said. "They have speed and strength we cannot match." Arenthal, the oldest member, nodded. "But they show mercy. Their attacks are precise. They do not destroy cities or harm civilians," another leader said. "This is different from any enemy we've faced before." The Council was beginning to fear that humanity was not just a threat. They might change the entire balance of power. Back in the warships near Veltar, Commander Reyes received a message. "Prepare for jump," said Dr. Li Wen. "We will move closer to the Council's strongholds." Reyes turned to his officers. "This is our chance. We strike hard, we strike fast, and we show them Earth is not a world to be conquered." His fleet moved through the wormhole gates and appeared in Council space, near the planet SorYth. The battle near Sorth was fierce. The Council's elite ships attacked with power and speed, but Earth's fleet used new tactics. They avoided long battles and focused on targets that were weak or important. Using fast fighters and drones, humans cut supply lines, disabled weapons, and forced the Council's ships to retreat again. Captain Lena Torres led her squadron in daring missions. One time, her fighters landed on a Council outpost and disabled their communications. "We are not just fighting ships," she told her crew. "We are fighting for our future." The people of the galaxy began to notice the change. Alien traders whispered about Earth's growing power. Some sent secret messages asking for alliances. They wanted to be on the side of the new force rising in the stars. Even some Council members began to question their leaders. "Are we wrong to fight the humans?" One whispered in a dark hallway, but others stayed loyal to the old ways. We cannot trust them, said another. They are dangerous. Meanwhile, Earth did not stop at warships. Scientists developed new technologies to help their soldiers. Shields became stronger, weapons more precise. Our systems learned from every battle and adapted quickly. Commander Race watched all these changes and smiled. We fight with our minds, not just with our weapons. The final message from Earth was clear. We do not want tribute. We do not want to destroy. We want respect. The Council had no choice. They began to send envoys to Earth. Secret talks started. The galaxy was changing, and Earth was now a leader, not just a small planet. On the bridge of Titan's Wrath, Commander Reyes looked at the stars again. He knew the war was not over. But we have turned the tide, he said quietly. The galaxy sees us now, and Earth was ready for whatever came next. To be continued. The war had changed everything. After months of fighting, the Galactic Council was no longer the same. Their power was broken. Their pride was wounded. And the whole galaxy was watching what humanity would do next. On board the massive human warship, Titan's Wrath, Commander Ethan Reyes prepared for the most important mission of his life. This time, he was not going to fight. He was going to make peace. Earth's ambassador, Leela Monroe, stood beside him. She was the daughter of the president and carried the hopes of millions. The Council's capital, a glowing city in orbit above the planet Veltar, came into view. Human warships filled the sky around it. Their presence was a clear message. Earth had arrived. Inside the Great Council chamber, alien leaders looked up. Their faces were serious. Some were angry. Some were afraid. Leela stepped forward and spoke. In a calm, strong voice, Galactic Council, she said, we come not as enemies, but as equals. She paused, letting her words sink in. For too long, humanity was ignored and feared. But now, we stand among you, not for tribute or fear, but for respect. The council members whispered to each other. Some nodded slowly. Leela continued. We offer a new way, a chance to work together, to build a galaxy where all species are free and safe. Outside the chamber, the human warships held position. They were powerful, but peaceful for now. Commander Reyes looked at the council capital's shining towers. This is a new beginning, he said softly, not just for Earth, but for everyone. In the days that followed, secret talks took place. Some alien species joined Earth's side, others stayed with the Council. But no one could ignore the change. Trade routes opened, scientific teams shared knowledge. Pilots from different worlds trained together. Earth's technology and ideas brought hope to many. But not everyone was happy. Some council members still wanted war. They whispered plans to attack Earth's fleet again. But their power was weaker now. Aaron Thal, the oldest council leader, spoke to the council. War is not the answer, he said. We must accept that humanity is strong, proud, and free. Slowly, the council agreed to a new treaty, one that included Earth as a full member. Tribute was no longer demanded. Respect was given. Back on Earth, the people celebrated. They had faced the galaxy's greatest power and won. But more importantly, they had earned their place among the stars. President Monroe spoke to the world. Today, Earth is no longer a small planet. We are a force for peace, strength, and hope. Commander Reyes and Ambassador Leela stood together. Looking at the stars, we showed the galaxy what humans can do, Reyes said. Leela smiled. And this is just the beginning. The stars shone brightly above them, full of promise and adventure. The galaxy had learned a new truth. Humanity bows to no one. Humanity earns respect through courage, strength, and heart. In the future, it was wide open.